We'd be dead if it wasn't for the moon.
True.
Controls the tides. I think there's some weird statistic out there that there's actually more crime during full moons.
Well, that's because of the werewolves.
Exactly. And everybody loading up their guns with silver bullets. See if we got any werewolves in the server today. Fate, can they take Inferno? 3-map loss streak for them. But that loss streak has to end somewhere. They can't just keep losing Inferno until infinity.
And beyond.
It has to, they'll eventually have to win.
Well, that's a little assumptuous.
I mean,
but I think
presumptuous.
You got a point.
Assumptuous.
Yeah, I'm making things up today. I am
today.
It's my birthday. I can say what I want. I can make up all the words.
Scrumptious, assumptuous.
Yeah. Woohoo! Exist. He's making a little bit of noise here. Patrick. Patty Cake Patrick sitting behind the sandbags. Oh, he's going to get 3 headshots, all of them. And now he's going to be gunning down for the ace. He's going to extend around the wall. Come on, Patrick. Yes, there's 4. Come on. Do it. Oh, he dies in the end. But 4 kills from Patrick. Here is Fate take pistol.
Another controlling round here from Patrick on a pistol round. It was on overpass on the T side. He got the 4K entry. He is very, very good with these pistols, apparently. Nicely done by Mr. Patrick Star. Now we can officially call him Patrick Star.
Okay.
He's probably a bit smarter, and can live off of oxygen, but is very, very good at Counter-Strike. I don't think that was the correct way to use but in that situation. Yeah, they are getting very aggressive. Blocker will make sure that the Get Right cannot lurk into the halls. There are 3 more T's coming this way, but Mar has the other exit. For summon entrance, Spoiler will be on his radar for the meantime, and Harn is here at Arch to help him trade as well.
Only at the feet. Uh-oh, they're burning. And the peek from Mar. Just the MP9. This is going to rip flesh from bone. And what do you know? It's the USP headshot versus Halzerk. So a flawless second round, keeping 5 players up. That's a huge overhead win.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know that the fossil record for starfish is ancient? It dates back all the way to the Ordovician era, around 450 million years ago. 450 million years, these freaky little 5-legged sea suckers have been just doing what they do.
Man, I have to take off my shoes to count that high. That's crazy.
Oh. Yeah. What do you have to take off after that?
I might just get naked, see what happens.
And then if Freiburg gets another one, you're out of options. You have to do some jumping jacks.
Do you know sharks have existed on the earth longer than trees have?
Hell yeah, man. That's like my go-to fun fact.
Oh, yeah, that's a crazy one.
Yep.
Oof.
Sharks have been around from the time where giant mushrooms covered the planet. That's right, giant fungus before what we have now is trees.
I think the current biggest living organism in the world is a mushroom in like Seattle that just goes across miles.
Miles of mushroom?
Might have to fact check that one, but yeah, it's basically just like they're all technically connected over a giant area.
Yeah, you're right. The world's largest living thing is even bigger than a blue whale. Meet Armillaria ostoya, or as it's nicknamed, the humongous fungus. It covers over 4 square miles in the Malheur National Forest in Oregon.
In Oregon, okay, Portland.
Yeah. So as the Deagles die and the tech pause is called,
it's a quick cleanup.
We've got that 3-0 start. You like that one? We've got our producer Legume dying here. He's laughing. Oh,
he was the last guy up? Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I was talking about fungus.
No, I mean it was over. Like he had like a Glock or something, but or just like an upgraded gun. But the bomb got dropped outside of the halls. We could have gotten a kill maybe, but one of the easier rounds of the game. We've seen worse lagouts. Okay, we always say this. We've seen crazy lagouts. We've seen 15-14 lagouts. We've casted a 15-14 lagout on like a big flank.
Yes.
Like seriously, the most. Yeah, and I think it was on LAN as well.
I think it was last spring series in London when JKS lagged out in like lower tunnels of Dust 2.
Yes, it was on
That's
Cat,
the one?
right? He was flanking Cat, yeah, on Dust 2. That was the worst. That's probably the worst lag out. That's the one when you're casting and you have to be like, you have to entertain it. You can't take away from the integrity of the match, but it's absolutely impossible to ignore how important that lag out was. Like, it was actually the round. It was the game in the bag. Really rough.
We'll get him back.
Can't lag
We're
out
not
in
going
regular
anywhere.
sports, but you can get injured. Not exactly the same, but both can be out of your hands, right? I think that's fair.
Yeah, agreed.
If we're to try to draw a comparison there, like, yeah, injuries aren't always preventable. Excuse me. So maybe that's our version of an injury. This one feels a little bit worse. Like it feels like there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, and it's no fault of the player, but. Yeah.
You've made me very aware of my body. And I think that, injuries. Sorry. Let me finish this point. Maybe I should have started that elsewhere. Injuries for gamers still exist. You got to make sure you take care of your forearms.
RSI,
carpal tunnel. No joke. When's the last time you just sat there and rolled your wrists? When's the last time you stretched for the sky?
Let's not do another yoga session.
Come on now.
Last time you did that, everyone in chat just said no. You're like, all right, everybody stand up. Literally everyone just said no, smiley face.
Damn.
Yeah. He just lagged out, so he's gonna try to get back in. Are they together? Are they like in LA maybe? Or no, how they could be in LA. It's the EU, of course. They're back at home. Because they were there for Flashpoint, so I was like, huh.
Yeah, they were there for Flashpoint, and then I remember it was either Masters or Blast, one of the two big online events as of late. We saw their cameras. Remember we had to exist in like that classic Swedish basement bedroom? We had Fiflaren with the cat camera. So I don't think they're in the same places. Fiflaren definitely looks like he's home with the kittens.
That's true, yeah. He's at home.
With the kids. And the rest of them back in EU. Yeah, because Helzerk, he kept smashing his desk all the time.
Yeah.
He's a very angry gamer.
Well, he was the star of the show, I'd say, because he was also very funny, and he wrote GG Easy once on a piece of paper. Yeah. And then he also dabbed up his teammates who weren't there. He was the one who made that popular for the online broadcast. He was definitely my favorite cam, I'd say.
Yeah.
My favorite cam boy. Yeah.
We've had some pretty good player cameras as of late.
What was that, Mr. Producer? Go to break? I don't think I will. No, we don't have to have cam time.
No, I don't want to do it on cameras either. No, I just want to sit here and talk into this microphone.
Yeah. I mean, we could go to break and then just be a tech pause, but we probably have a lot of shit that we want to ramble about for no reason. That'd be better. Yeah. It'd be better to do that now. And we can get some drawings on the mini map. Is that a duck? Oh, it's us.
Oh, this is us.
Almost the same. Oh, you're running out of lines. It's a zero-sum game. You can't draw.
Oh my God. Only one of us can exist at a time.
Yeah, and sometimes exist can't exist.
We could just start a game of Pictionary.
There's probably a better joke there, right? Because exist just got dropped. I figured, if you come in with it quickly, it doesn't have to be as good of a joke. But then you could totally miss. Yeah. And then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you just
Dangerous
drew.
game.
That's a palm tree
Palm tree.
or a
That character from The Simpsons.
yes.
Krusty
I wanna say
Krab's
Krusty
evil
the
friend.
What? Yeah, I almost said Krusty Clown. Krusty the Clown.
all clowns are crusty, dude.
Sideshow Bob.
Sideshow Bob.
Krusty the Clown.
Okay, I
Okay.
see Exist is back.
And that's either potato or turnip. Plankton. Okay. Well, you made him a little plumped. More like Plumpkin. But it's supposed to be plankton.
What's that rhyme with?
Blumpkin. Don't look that up. God, I love Summit.
Yeah. Okay. See, I like it too. This is fun. I feel like I can get.
I
dangerously
wince
close
at my
to
own
losing
jokes
my job.
because I can be like kind of edgy sometimes when I accidentally it comes out on the broadcast or I swear. But at the Summit, you can just say whatever the fuck you want. It's so good.
Oh, this is getting juicy. We're 3 maps deep. We get aggression right off the tech pause. Right off of it. They waste no time. What's up? Welcome back to the game. 4-0. Say fate, but they are losing bodies. Alzerk. Ooh, at a distance. Best's blocker inside the apartments. Now they are scrambling. Mar, he's trying to run back over to that A site. Dignitas coming at him quick. Ish.
Mar knows what kind of work he's got cut out for him here. But it rotates in, so he might have some help.
Oh,
that's
nice
good.
defense. Alzerk? Oh, imagine if he gets that little flick shot over, a little continuous spray down, but it doesn't happen. Fate, the aggression down mid, the early advantage, they lose it, they claw it back. We all have to sit on the edge of our seat. But here we are, 4-0.
It just comes down to Mar. Like he gets 1 kill, then who knows who wins. He gets 2, it's GG. So he really shoots for the stars with those 2 kills. And Dignitas on the half buy once again. Man, this quick 4-0 start. Pressure starting to mount, I'm sure, for Dignitas.
Ooh, lineup. Nope. Alzerk. He's gonna answer.
Whoa,
He's
they
been
don't know
good.
he's here. Oh, they do.
Yeah, they've got an idea that Patrick, he's just stuck to the wall, slowly sliding down it. There's a knife out in Forest. Freiburg's tapping with the Tech 9. Okay, that got a little weird. Ooh, that's fun. Harn through
Series of
smoke.
crazy shots, yeah.
Smoke up and over. That should block off one of the 3 Ts. Forest has the flashbang. Barely any health. They've got one coming out from Coffins. He's going to try to set up shop, but Halzerk, he has been the difference maker. Harn 1v3, on for the ace. Excuse me, 1v2. But no, he's going to lose this. Forrest doesn't want him to get away with that op. He wants to take it from him. But it looks like we'll have a survivor on each side, as Dignitas are on the board.
Wow, even with the Harn on 4 kills. And it's all because of that opening kill by Halzerk running up Banana with the pistol. Tech 9 to the face of whoever was there at the half wall. Can't remember his name. The instant death. And the whole setup compromised, really. You had a player who wanted to stick around because he had a teammate at Sandbags. But him sticking around maybe put them both in jeopardy. And instead could have maybe just sacrificed him. It's a hard call to make. He's going up against pistols. He has the rifle. They just lost the opening kill. It's always scary when T's get the first kill when they're rushing Banana like that. I mean, that can seriously just be the end of the round. That happens at every level. They just clearly some differences between the matches. The match we're watching now and like some of the higher level games that we watch. It's not fair to compare them, but something that is constant through every level of CS is like a B rush where pistoling players get past the half wall and the opening kill. It's not even your fault anymore if you lose the round. The only thing that could have changed is of course better nades in the beginning and maybe not playing aggressively. But sometimes that's not always the best option anyway.
Get into the apartments as they try to size up the top of Banana. Going all over here, Dig. We get just Blocker moving back and forth there. He's a little uncertain there in CT spawn, and that's fair.
Now, it's not as if Dignitas weren't moving as a unit before. They were doing well in the early rounds, so let's see if they can't fail to the individual plays. You wouldn't want that, of all things, to be the reason that they lose.
Damage. Good damage by Blocker. Everybody's still alive. 3 smokes, 3 flashbangs for Dig. Doubling back over to the B site. Patrick drops a smoke just next to Nikki.
Is there a Molotov in B? Yeah, there is. 25 seconds. They've still got too much utility.
Yeah, and Nikki's right next to the smoke as well. Here's gonna come down that Molotov. Better hit the. Oh my God! And they've got Freiburg passed. If Freiburg gets the kill, then there is still time. They can wait out the Molotov, but he did the job he needed to. The 1 kill on Patrick in the back of the bomb site, unbelievable. And Exist. Exist. What was that?
Last bullet spam through the smoke just to see if he's there. And listen, I mean, kills like that are actually important. The damage, the damage that Blocker does, he does it through his smoke. So part of the reason that this round looks kind of scary for Dignitas. The kill through the smoke from Exist, like, this is why you spam in the first place. If you have nothing better to do, they know you're there, you're going to entry. You want them to, he might have just been shooting so that they face forward to the flash when they entry. But you can shoot that in a place where you think someone might be. And spam damage ends up having a overall huge impact on the course of games all the time. So, trusting yourself the timings and seeing that result in kills is not at all surprising. But clearly, for him to get that on his last bullet, headshot through the smoke, very lucky to do it. And honestly, Fate had enough grenades there, and if the MP9 lived for 1 kill, that could have easily been a situation where the clock runs out and Dignitas can't even plant the bomb.
So that one, I want to say that one was just like 2 seconds or 1 kill away from actually just being Fate 5-1, but this one's not going to go too well. They bottom out the bank accounts, Fate.
That was a sweet double.
Couple grenades are great. Yep. Again, I want to give props to Dignitas. They may be, tying maps right now with Fate 1-1, but the frag grenades specifically in the utility. I mean, like, some teams have great nades, great timing on their smoke, good molly locations for retakes, etc. But I feel like one of the weaker aspects of most teams, even flashbangs, like, they're all good. Everybody's got good flashbangs. Not everybody has good frag grenades. And Dignitas in this series have impressed me.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. We've seen a few really, really cool kills coming from Dig. So much pressure on Mr. Patrick. Smoke will come down, and he'll very kind of tactfully lay down some suppressing fire, but then comes out for the full commit, and Freiburg wins that duel. A great entry on Banana, showing it time and time again for years now.
On blunt. 5v3. Gonna have to go for the save here. I mean, it's a classic on Inferno. I had this conversation with I'm a Pet on Twitter the other day. I said that the best 3 maps in Counter-Strike in no specific order were Overpass, Nuke, and Vertigo. And he responded with, imagine not including Inferno. Best map ever. And I just said, yeah, maybe the best map for saving. Because that's all you ever do.
Yeah, I mean, that can be, I get that, yeah. I think it's by far the, like, no other map. I mean, it's kind of went by quietly, but of every map that got remade, they were drastically changed over time, but except Inferno. Pretty much was like exactly what it is now after the remake. It was absolutely the best remake of all time. And it improved upon a map that was the best map in the pool before. They adjusted all of the right things, the car spot, the truck on A, the tight choke points on B, the pillars, everything they fixed is a huge step up, and it looks so beautiful. So This is definitely the best and most improved map since the previous version.
What would you say is the worst remake? What's your opinion on that? Yeah, like the worst remake of the competitive map pool right now. Not any map, but just the map pool now.
Probably Dust 2, because it added basically nothing new. And
Yeah, true.
it was because it's the most played map in competitive FPS history, so they didn't want to change too much, which I understand. But then we saw kind of how pointless it was to not actually try to change something. So I think both the community and the devs, I feel like, learned at the same time on that. Like, I'm sure the community was like, "Don't change Dust 2. Dust 2 is iconic. You know, very very careful." And the devs were like, "Perfect." And then when they didn't change anything, we were all like, "Huh? Well, this is kind of exactly what we expect. Not that interesting." And in fact, they removed the Xbox jump. Like, they just removed small things that made the map any good. And so, yeah, Dust 2, huge disappointment. But before we expound on that, looks like Dignitas are ready to go and try to entry into B.
Yeah, we've got Patrick on the CT cross, but with the smoke in front of them, they're going to have to wait a little bit. Exist, his one kill was quite the miraculous frag. So let's see if he can get another one. As the ball looks to get rolling. That Molotov's supposed to be burning right now, but it actually gets extinguished in the fading smoke. Now 5T's knocking on the B bomb site. 10 seconds left. Nikki able to just tuck around in oranges. 2 frags for him. Bomb carriers here with support. Hauserk, he's going to have to cover CT spawn. There's the op peak. Oh! Gets him in the sky. And it's all on Mar. Exist and Hauserk, 2 frags apiece. They really boiled this one down, but they've got the ball rolling. Now Mar, he's looking to stop that momentum. Molotov in the fountain does nothing. Exist still tucked. And Hauserk, he's got that third one. The op makes the difference. Dignitas taken 4.
I like them pressuring B. I think they should keep it going. They're doing a good job getting top banana. Their executes are working out quite well. And as long as they can just convince Fate not to push through A, it'll be Groundhog Day for Fate. They'll have to hold within the B site. They're not going to find any new answers. They're putting pressure on this part of the map. And yeah, this might be a reason why Fate have lost their matches in the past. So don't know how Dignitas, how prepared Dignitas are for Inferno versus Fate versus in general. But they've already found a very nice exploitable weakness here. It's definitely.
Yeah, go on.
Go ahead. I was just going to say it's definitely one thing that hasn't changed, or one thing that has changed is that the site is a lot easier to take now. B site's a lot easier to take. When I think on old Inferno, it was much harder to take, much easier to hold.
Frag grenades all go out across the map. I was going to bring it back to the remake conversation just because I thought we were hitting that little lull in the round, but we'll get to that. So there's no rush on my point. Feeling up top mid, smoked off. It's that 3-man stack on the other side of the smoke that convinces them to just walk away here. They don't know about it, but the smoke grenade's enough.
Huh.
Forest, one more. Just the cherry on top of the bomb fake. You stay there, you 3 CTs. Don't you worry about the B site. Nothing's going on over here.
Forest seems very aware. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's constantly going back. I love it. Gets close, does something, disengages, re-engages, disengages, re-engages, gets himself another kill here. So that's 3 CTs up and off of that second kill.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, they rock it back. Time
20
again.
seconds, yeah. But at least they get the kills, so they can follow those.
It's all calculated. It is all calculated. 1 man on the bomb site, in Mar, on the box, predicted, but they haven't been able to kill him yet. It gets a little sketchy. It gets a little too close, but the bomb plant comes through. Nikki V3. He's got 2 kills already. Freiberg's tucked in boiler. Hauserk's over on pit. Freiberg saw him. 100% Freiberg saw that. He's just going to walk away. And he knows that he's coming up lane. So that information gets passed over to Hauserk. He's going to play a nice off angle. Could decide to peek into this. Nikki, not ready. It's Dig with a 5th.
Oh, man. It's almost as if the kills make that situation harder than it needs to be. If Forrest doesn't get the kills, they probably just commit to B. And there's 2 players there. They just trade him out, whatever. So you can see why they want to go back. But I just really hate. You just get really scared when teams rocket back with that little time. Like if you're up 4-2 or whatever versus the 2 B site players after getting 2 kills on A, so it's maximum 3 if you have no idea where the third guy is. You can still just trade out and have way more time to actually clear angles carefully. And I like that whole situation. But we have a nice opening here from Fate after that ecoing rounds. Get a boost kill on Banana, an opening kill to tally on to the very few opening kills they've gotten so far.
Gonna run through their own smokes. I like this. Definitely a change of pace, considering we've had a couple rounds with just 10 seconds left over. Blocker, he's gonna run through smoke. We've got a big fight going on Balk. Get Right thinks he can get the best of Mar, but it's Blocker in position for the 2-piece. All on Forest 1v5. Fate bolstering this A site, calling out the hit from Dig. And that rapid pace does not pay off, as we have 5 survivors for Fate, 5 rounds apiece for each team. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
I do too like the change of pace. You know, it's always important. The reason that it's important to throw in a change of pace is because otherwise the other team's just going to hold grenades versus you, and if you throw in a change of pace after playing some slow rounds, they might not throw their initial grenades. So there's a couple of good reasons why you want to do that every once in a while. And Freiburg, you know, smoke down, gets through. They create the space on lane. They have a good opening, but hold on. Another chance here for Hard. However, he drops a shot and his teammates low. Exist and Halzerk are also low. But Dignitas come away with top banana control and an opening kill once again.
Nicky's dropping more nades. Ooh, he's going to play around it. Freiburg's right there. Nades, excellent. Almost enough to kill Halzerk. Nicky will finish that one off. Another smoke. Man advantage.
Oh my god,
goodness.
he's a
Look at him
third
go.
kill. Seriously.
He's
He
a
just turned
madman.
that. He turned that from a 5v4 into a 3v2. An absolute mercenary.
Mad lad. Good for him, though. I like that. You know, you feel like, I think to myself, like, when you get 1 kill by catching somebody off guard, sometimes it can be a trap to try and, like, push the issue. But other times, in this example specifically, it just looks really good. You know, he catches one off and then the next with the frag. Like, at least he wasn't entirely alone. He had a teammate there, making his job a little bit easier. Get Right in Forest, not having an easy time getting into the B site. Patrick, he's tucked behind second door engine. He's good for both.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know how Nicky was able to get away with that, but I mean, he had it all figured out. He was in the Matrix. This guy knew where every next kill would come. Easy. And he had no fear whatsoever, pushing down to Banana to see if they had left. I think he was probably just wondering, you know, if these guys were back half wall after the first kill came through, could we just catch them rotating out to A? Maybe I could go for a big flank, but no, there's more players there. Went to go ahead and take the fights. Good aim, of course.
That helps.
That always helps. Can make a bad play look good with good aim.
Make a good play look bad with bad aim.
Also true. Well, Pulse Pop
bit of
could be
damage.
scary based on the positions, though. We'll have Mar now move back into back pit. It's one of those situations where you just don't want to waste too much time.
Ooh, Harney gets overwhelmed. He's still got the pit player, but that's an op-up for Forrest. And he connects it. We've got Blocker already wrapping back around the lane, and Bomb is in his vision. He's got a teammate with him. Freiburg goes for the heads-up duel, gets across. Oh, and Hauser with the deagle just slams Patrick back. It is all on Nicky, 1v4. He's got the element of surprise through the apartments, but no real opening here. This screams to me a 6th for Dig.
Well, there's the ace if you count the chicken. The Halls Pop is the scary man. The best Halls Pop we saw in friggin' years was that EG Halls Pop yesterday in the grand finals.
So good.
Yeah, that was like some beautiful spacing and timing. But we see how dangerous it can be. Just catching a timing where the opera is not in the exact right position or not holding that exact thing on the moment. A part of it is literally just random, but because you're willing to gamble on a round where you have some pistols, you can try your best to influence the rotation a little bit. The positioning of the CTs, for the most part, you just hope they're in a good enough position for you to come out off a flash and just rush them down. And here's the world we have. We rush them down. Dignitas had less to lose, and Fate should have kept a better eye onto Halls at that moment.
All right, CT timeout comes to a close. The buy is good.
Let's see if there's any other upsets today. So from what we've seen, well, Heroic are up 15-5 versus Endpoint on the third map, if that's not already over. Complexity are up 6-1 versus Japolino on the third map, and the results for the rest of them: OG won their match and Fnatic won their match. So ultimately, no upsets, except for the O2 for Mad Lions Impact.
Yeah.
Just a weird
no
second
full
map.
Upsets.
Yeah,
exactly there. Which I think is less surprising when you think of the fact that a lot of these teams, this was probably going to be one of their biggest shots, one of their biggest matches to look forward to. So the preparation should absolutely be going in. And because of the disparity between a lot of the teams to start this bracket, there's game tape out there on Dig. There's game tape out there for Fnatic. Not supposed to be enough to give them less than 5 rounds. But you could definitely prepare for your opponents if you are some of these upset potential teams. This round just goes very easily into the B site. Fate, 3-man save. Going to have to fight in the 14th with what they've got left over.
Real classic Freiburg entry round right there, yeah. So, yeah, nicely done. To respond back against the opening kill from Harn as well. I was checking results, and I saw on my second monitor, he got the alt pick, right? With the op, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a nice answer back. But yeah, I mean that's just it. It's not exactly fair how much time the underdog has to prepare. It just makes it scarier for the overdog, if you will, to come in and play against a team who's coming for them. Then deathmatch 6 hours the night before, 6 hours the night after, drenched in G Fuel, monitor tan on their nose, eyes completely blood red, like I've been just living and breathing CS, standing up only to go to the gym so they could pump iron thinking about their opposition.
That's the dream, isn't it?
That's Blame F's life.
And look how well he's doing. Props to him. Ooh, we've got a flash and an off-peak Harn. He loses HP trying to go for that. Halzerk, though, he's going to try to counterpick mid. This is another one of those quick ones from Dig by the looks of it. They could just hit this A site. Bombs being thrown over, so they don't want all 5 players in. But Halzerk, he has an op, and the guy's just swinging the Deke on the entry. What? Good for him. Good for him. I like that confidence. Why'd he buy an op? Who needs it? You know, Vendetta is the team's analyst, and I'd love to know what he makes of that. Patrick boosted over smoke. Get Right wasn't ready for it, so don't for a moment think Dig have this round. The retake is very much on. Nikki upgrade to the AK. He eats the flashbang. Patrick has to reload. Now he's got that in, so he needs to trade. Exist in from Graveyard. Goes down. It's all on Freiburg. Still on top of the box. He's got enough cover, but Patrick, he skims those bullets past the column and will tie it 7 rounds apiece.
How does this even come so close in the first place? Dignitas and that flash as well. Nikki should have been able to get the kill right away, and then it looked like it could have gone south again, but there wasn't proper coverage from their teammates. I think maybe Fate threw a smoke in front of Graveyard that made things a bit tricky for holding spots. I'm not sure. It's a very chaotic situation, but shout out to Halzerk. Switching out to the Deagle to entry, I feel like that was technically because he was in front with the op. Maybe he shouldn't have been there. Maybe someone should have been in front of him, and that was just what he saw as his best option, recognizing he needed to make space. And another opening here for Harn with the AWP, this time on B. Oh, that's a bad miss by Mar. Get right. Take advantage of that. Blocker will trade ultimately, but Arch is opened up.
Good trade by Blocker. But he goes down. Oh, quick scope from Harn. Now he's got the flash to try and peek past Hauser, dropping, or rather running that bomb to plant it. And Nikki, he's going to get the better timing. Look at the T's. They're just hopping all over the place, trying to find cover. Hauser, maybe going to have to use the op this round. He's got 3 opponents ahead of him. 2 of them tagged low. Looks to exit around, but they are 2 CTs right here on mid. And he's going to peek right into them, giving Fate an 8th. That means they've got a little bit of a lead as they switch over to the T side. But 7 rounds for Dignitas on the offense. I think they're happy with that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I would.
Half of those rounds from Fate come off of the pistol.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I feel like it's not. I don't know how. I don't think they're that confident because of some of their matches and because of how this map's going. Like, I also don't recognize this map as extremely CT-sided. I don't know if that's really true. I think that was brought up by Sponge yesterday on the desk, and I haven't looked at the overall statistics, but I feel like it's not like it can't be super CT-sided. I feel like the map is more T-sided than it was before, and yeah, I feel like people score great T-halves all the time, so I'm not sure about that. I'll have to check. Let me check.
You get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I'll go take a look-see. $50.7 to 49.3. So couldn't be closer, really.
Huh.
Which makes sense. 8-7 scoreline.
How do you feel about this final half of the final map?
I'd feel scared if I was Dignitas. I mean, there's a bit more pressure on them to win. If I'm Fate, I actually feel quite good considering I've lost my last 3 matches. So, not a bad first half. But in their... I don't know how good they feel about T-side. Problem is, you don't have to split atoms to win rounds on this map. They can do mid explodes on gamble reads. They can do top B hits where they get the 2 entries like Dignitas did to them. Nobody's really better than that. So in terms of a buffer, I'd be scared for Dignitas because they've got to worry about their economy starting off well, pistol, the fact that there's more pressure on them to win. Like, this would be a big upset, obviously. So I think, I'd be a little bit more worried to be Dignitas right now. I don't think they'll lose, but at the same time, it's just the pressure. It's going to be higher for them.
Let's see. Will they join the likes of Mad Lions? Will they move forward as expected with the rest of the pack? One half to decide it. Hauser spots bodies early on down mid. They're fighting on Banana big time. Get Right's got the headshot. Blocker with another. Gets it through the... Oh, wood.
Oh.
Get Right, so nice. Crispy little fadeaway. He's still flirting with the idea of fighting Banana, but yeah, Blocker, he's going to best him, and Harn, well, he gets Exist over the top of the coffin, so they wanted a fight, they got the fight. And Fate, they've got a bomb plant.
Yeah, quickly enough. And the USPs are like ops on this round for the post plant. So Dignitas will carefully try to edge out some of these angles before they properly explode and split their attention between quad and emo, but they don't know exactly where the T's are.
All in the back of the bomb sites. There's one confirmed.
Oh, he's still on the pillar, though. I mean, look at these spots. Oh, he gets...
Oh! Hauser, if he could finish this. I mean, he's not got much time, and he dies. Patrick gives cover, but Hauser, that one shot was magnificent.
I was just looking for a replay. We don't have those.
Yeah, me too. I was like instinctually like waiting.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a wicked shot. That was really beautiful. We'll have to Twitch clip that one.
We need the technology.
We got Patrick, who has been an all-star on pistol rounds. He's had a pretty good map so far,
All-star.
but yeah, he's got 2 4Ks on pistols, plus those 2 frags right there. Wins another 1v1.
Very cool. Get Right really looked like he was going to get the job done, though. I'm not going to lie.
Seriously.
That fadeaway headshot posted up on CT. It's like, okay,
was a sick
Christopher's coming. But
Christopher Claus.
we've got to call him Patrick All-Star from here on out.
Patrick All-Star and Christopher Claus.
All right.
Because Christopher Claus is coming to town. You know what I mean?
Mac 10 jumping into the scout. Later, Halzerk. Oh my goodness, grenades. And a headshot back from Blocker. Ooh, another versus exists. So that's the A site crumbled beneath the feet of these pesky terrorists. Damn you, terrorism. It's going to be impossible to get onto this bomb site. Freiburg. Ooh, maybe looking for the upgrade to the scout. I'm not sure what, but he's down for the count. Get Right, last man saving. This is Fate to 10, leading by 3. Early T success, just like they started in the first half. That pistol and conversion.
Yeah. Oof. There's Fate could easily easily pull this out off of economy, and they look super strong. Blocker hasn't even had to do what he's done in the previous maps on this map yet, but still looks just as good. Patrick kind of at the helm of the ship, I feel like, in terms of impact so far. But Harn's up there getting the opening kills. We'll see if his T-side opping translates. I mean, there's no way they just run over Dig after if they don't have good Inferno stats. There's no way they just come on take this. But yeah, Dig already down 3 rounds. Again, it's a huge game of economy for them. So Get Right will hold on to this UMP. It was a fun little family exercise there. Get stacked up on the treehouse.
Come on, kids. Nobody fall.
Single file.
I had a treehouse growing up.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you
Yeah,
had
one of
like
the
a
perks
goat
of,
too, right?
I did have a pet goat. Yeah. We used to have quite a bit of land. So, well,
Lived on
not
a
quite a bit of
farm.
land. I don't want to sound like some kind of like fucking baron.
Land mogul. Yeah.
But yeah, we had enough land.
Quite a bit of land. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I had a horse. We had a goat. I had a raccoon for a little while.
Did your horse have a treehouse too?
No,
Oh.
No, it's just me.
Not that much land, huh?
No.
I had some land. Yeah. It was
Patrick.
inherited.
It's good to get a headshot. It's going easy. It's going well here for Fate versus the 4 USPs, as you come to expect, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Later.
And his clock runs dry. So, what was your treehouse like? Did you build it yourself, or with your dad, or?
I built it with my dad. I was supposed to build it with my dad. And then 2 days after we started building the treehouse, I fell off of a trampoline and broke my arm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so suddenly, climbing into a tree to continue building was made a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
And
with one arm.
and my dad, he's a go-getter. He's a doer kind of dude. He wakes up at 5 every morning, hours before he has to leave for work, just to go,
Get after
water
it.
the plants. Yeah, man, my dad's a doer, and so he did not wait for my arm to heal.
Okay, wait. One sec.
Yeah,
We
he's
gotta
a
rush.
fast arch trap. Big one. They're lining up. Exist. He's got the first, but it's traded. Good trades as well here from Fate. Moving right through. And I think that this smoke grenade that they've used outside of library has done a really good job of, even though the CTs have been close to it, Fate don't seem to mind. They just want to cross paths and take this A site, which they have again. Forrest looking for the angle, runs in before his teammates are quite ready to come with him, so he gets shut out, and that's going to leave Freiburg and Get Right to save.
Wow, they get completely shut out on their full buy. First of the half as well. That's 6 in a row now for Fate. And another confident take. And it's even scarier because it's fast. You know, that's going to make you scared right out the gate in their establishing round. Now Dignitas will no choice but to try to respond with nades early because they had to be scared of that, which gives Fate an advantage into the later round as well. And yeah, it's this Arch Explode that Dig we're just not ready for at all. So next round, Freiburg and Gerwijk can buy. So you would think they're going to try. I would guess they would drop 2 guns and have one person MP9 nades. I guess. Call attack to talk about it. Op trades hands. What's it going to be?
Ooh. And you know what's
Yeah.
fun too? I was just taking a quick look at the format, the bracket and whatnot. You know, it's qualifiers still. There is no, you know, we've been used to the double brackets as of late, but at this stage of the tournament, there isn't a second chance. Once you get to the round of 8, so the games that we will have after this best of 3, then losers can go down to the 5th, 6th place knockout, right, to try and qualify for the main event. This round of 16 we're currently in the middle of, if you lose, you are done.
Wow. All or nothing.
All or nothing. Again, you get through this best of 3, you got a little bit of wiggle room. You know, you got that second chance in the back of your mind, but there is no second chance. This BO3 means absolutely everything to a team like Fate. So now that they've got 5 rounds in a row, I'm going to really focus in on this. Because Dignitas, this is another one where they don't have much to work.
Wow, I'm surprised they didn't buy. I mean, they had the op. They would have only had one person on a bad gun. And they could save for next round. I guess Freiburg has enough to save for next round to drop an op again, maybe? Maybe this is the best of both worlds. I don't think it's like a bad buying decision or anything like that, but... oh!
Ouch.
When you lose an opening kill like that, Harn, he knows how to deal with offers as one, and that's Hauser, top fragger of Dignitas out. Op changes hands, but it's a B hit all the while.
Ooh, but they kind of hesitate here. They stutter step on the smoke. I don't entirely blame them. Sure, they catch a kill at the top of mid, but it's not like they have some absolute confirmation that it's clear.
That's big. I mean, another smoke goes down. The rotations are here. If they don't respect this, they make a mistake, there's a chance for Dignitas to be able to pull this back. But at the same time, that's the last smoke, and there's plenty of time to execute after it if they want to. But it looks like it's all a fake.
Yeah.
This is actually a great call by Fate.
Mars going to really seal it here. Really seal the fake. Ooh, even getting Forrest.
Dude.
And that was the Opper. He picked it up off of Hauser's corpse. Freiburg swinging out with the M4.
Wait, the
gets
bomb's coming
himself
back.
1. Oh my god, you're right. The bomb came back. Everybody else is here. They've stopped it. There's no time. Are you kidding? Oh, goodness gracious. Golly gee willikers. Are you for real? They had the whole situation figured out, but they bring bomb back.
I want to throw up. That was gross. Oh, come on, man. They had such a cool round. I mean,
I wonder
it was the 2 players.
Brought
No,
it
it was the 2 players at the top of Banana. They didn't see anybody when they were walking in, and they said, "No, come back. It's the only way." And then Forrest peeked with the op. They killed them, and they're like, "Yo, come." And there's 2 more, and then Get Right gets the deagle kills. This is why you don't want to. This is why you don't want a big. This is why you don't want a big rotate with little time left over. Same reason Dignitas, it's scary for them because you don't give yourself enough time to clear things out properly. You could have a full advantage versus worse guns if you just do it together with enough time to spare. I'm actually so tired of seeing all teams, top teams, everything like just not giving themselves enough time to carefully do things. Like especially like what we saw in Navi on Nuke the other day. Oh, you're just really shooting yourself in the foot.
Apartments could be the solution for Fate. Got Forrest over towards Pit. Nice grenade. Again, utility timing's fantastic. Patrick, he's looking to trade frag as he comes out from Balk. Bomb's now been thrown down to the dirt. Forrest and Get Right holding the line. And of course, Nicky gets dangerously close here. He's playing with the Molotov. That doesn't do too much. Incendiary bounces back, cutting off Nicky. Harn still trying to find an angle, but his big barrel's gonna stick out that doorway every day of the week. And Halzerk, he's got a big one too. Knocks back Nicky, who still doesn't have the bomb, and will therefore not win this round. Ooh, he's right there for us. Oh, damage
Spam
too.
him. 1.6.
Now he's stuck. Come on, Freiberg, knife him. Knife him. Ah, he tries to run, knowing that he had death in all directions.
Okay.
A 9th
Well,
for Dignitas.
I mean, Fate chose to lose the round previously. They still have lots of money left over, but this is Dignitas. Huge mental victory for them to win on a save and then win the follow-up round as well. They shut down the A-take. They can strike. You know, everyone's got to start fragging, of course, but they are probably feeling better than Fate are after losing that round. That's a round they could put 13-8, 13-7 at the time, actually. And then maybe would have moved on to win the next round. You know, so it's a huge mental victory, I think, for Dignitas. And now they're only within 3. I think the path to victory can become a lot clearer. It's a whole conversation about like realizing when you're at the finish line, when you can see it. That's the worst thing. You're not thinking about it round by round. You're starting to think about how close you are to winning. How do we just make sure we get one? It's the worst attitude to actually get you to the victory. So let's see if Fate can overcome that. Where did that nade go? That flash bounced. I think it either it missed or it just... I'm not even sure. It bounced back towards the spawn. A couple of nades to the top of Banana for Fate. And Dignitas are pushed quickly out of the B site. See if they end up being too predictable again. There's always this in-between timing where they can get into the site as the CT's leaving, but teams sometimes will overthink it.
I mean, this is a commitment and a half, no doubt. 45 seconds, Fate. On the cusp of the B site. Still flashing up and over, and they get the guy off of the wall first. Patrick, a second. Nice turnaround from Patrick. Blocker's got that third frag, and we have Fate in a 4 versus 2 post plant. Hot damn, Patrick. To get the player off the wall, ignore the CT in construction, and snap it over to the coffin peak. That is A+ quality Counter-Strike. I like it.
That's a 3v3 with that guy still alive, plus the construction player who could have maybe got away. There was a lot of things resting on that second frag from Patrick, and with 15 HP, he's able to stabilize his spray. That means the world to Fate here. They break through versus 3 players into Banana, holding the site. The biggest problem here for Dignitas. I wonder if they take a more active stance on Banana, fighting down to the bottom of logs and pushing up, or if they want to play back and let Fate take top Banana. I think this is a trap a lot of teams put themselves in, where if they don't play the game on Banana, get some damage in or something, work an open and kill, they're just going to continually lose. And yeah, Fate already had money before that last round, even though they lost the one previous. It's Dignitas who are living paycheck to paycheck.
Frightening scenes for the Swedes. all they can afford. Probably making the most of this. Okay, I was going to say this T timeout, but they go ahead and call one of their own as well. Their final pause here, Dignitas.
The thing is, like, if you're not comfortable, you can't just go and like peek down half wall. It's like one of the scariest things you can do. But if you're not willing to do that, then for Fate, if they can win these full B executes, I would just basically try it again. So hopefully Dignitas do have some protocols in place to at least try to get some damage in before they give up car or get a kill or completely establish a bottom B. Otherwise, I'd be scared for them that Fate are just going to try to pounce again the same way they did last time. The one round they lost was because they screwed up their own rotation and went back into the B site. The second round after that was an A take. Every other round they've won in the second half was a B take. Besides, no, they had the one arch wrap on the first rifle round. It was quite quick. That's true too, actually.
Into the apps they'll go. Fate, they don't nearly burn down the clock as close as Dig was, but ooh, Alzerk. Okay. Somewhat blinded. Molly gets extinguished. Exists, just burning money with that utility. Zero effect, but Fate, they're going to fall back. 3 players at the base of mid, going towards Banana. Bomb in tow. Hauserk, he's going to throw a flash for his teammate to gather information in apartments. And I think at some point we're going to see Exist get cheated back over to that B site. But will it be in time? Fate, they don't waste any time. It's a missed frag grenade from Freiburg, but he's going to hit the headshot. Get Right comes out from the smoke, dropping bomb, and almost mowing down all 3. Freiburg lends a helping hand for that final frag. Dig to the double digits. Nice play between Freiburg and Get Right.
Yeah, it was an amazing, extraordinary hold, and that was very, very scary because Freiburg throws his catch Molotov to the top of Banana to stop them from throwing grenades, but their nades have already come out, so that Molotov could have been used in the choke point, and then he misses his frag grenade as well. That's supposed to bounce back and stop them, but he can rely on his gun, on his firepower to be able to stop them, and the assistance, of course, of Get Right to pick that correct timing through the smoke. But I actually like the call from Fate. I think the one thing is just the kills don't go their way. Hauser gets the opening as they try to fake A. Dignitas makes a good call, going to get back top, make control right away, calling their bluff. But then Fate entry B so quickly that even though Dignitas are aware of the thought of them coming back, it almost wasn't fast enough. I'm going to wipe sweat from their forehead after that one.
Forrest maybe not realizing just how many players are near here. I feel like if you're Freiburg and Get Right, you got to be on high alert, man. That B hit came pretty quickly out of nowhere. Oh, and Forrest. That second headshot is superb. Mar, he falls down into the pit, lands on Forrest's head, bests him in the end. Harn, Kobe.
Whoa. Timeout called, and Fate, yeah, they just tried to go for that like full-on A hit one more time. I feel like it's pretty clear that I think they're going to pretend about going A, but they're just going to try to take it to B. I respect it. I think it's to do what works calling, which is like my favorite kind. But I feel like Dignitas are definitely wise to it as well. So this next round, when they buy up, we'll see, how good of a job Fate can do in terms of tricking Dignitas, but that opening kill can mean the world if Hauser can get them if they try towards A. And I think there is also, as I mentioned, the thought that they could crack Arch open like they did in one of those early rounds here on T side. And it looks like the buy will come in next round, actually. Patrick, Marb, and Co. all buying up, just half buy. So where do they want to take it on this half up?
Alt to mid. Apps, perhaps. Safe tucked position by Freiburg. What's he doing over here in pit? Forrest comes back, rightfully so, and just in time. Here's the commitment from Fate. Frag grenades towards pit, does a little bit of damage. Forrest on the bomb site. He goes unchecked, and he just wrecks. Forrest with 2, Freiburg with 2, and Halzerk with the single kill. That is his 22nd. So the newest addition to the Ninjas turn Dignitas. He's performing quite incredibly well. Dignitas, they are now within 1 round of tying this up. But as you said, when that round started, the bye is 1 away. So here it is. Fate. Full AKs. No op. Nicky's got a MAC-10. Throw him up in front. Get aggressive. Try to take this over the line. But it has been Dignitas with 5 of the last 6 rounds. Nicely done. Halzerk just posted up inside of the window early. Confidence, man. Kid's got confidence.
Yeah, another opening. It is a MAC-10 out of the round. I think they were going to use that to try to entry B. See how they're just pretending, but then they once again they give up a kill to Halzerk. I think Dignitas are fully onto them. So they go and clear out top mid once again. They could potentially rotate over. No, could come down to this entry. Oh, that's a big one for Patrick, though. That's scary.
Yes, it is. Got a player still in oranges. Snow close rotate. Freiburg, he is primed. Good job. He gets 1. And I felt like if he had come away with nothing, it would have been excusable. Patrick, he's going to try to lock down Banana.
Man.
Does so very swiftly.
Been so good. Oh.
Halzerk takes the angle. This is mine. And Exist, he's going to try to keep his eyes on smoke. There's a little bit of a gap. He does some damage through it. Patrick down to half. The retakes here for Dig. Halzerk, he's got another kill. Exist, he's inside of the pit. And it is the smoke play from Patrick to pay off. He doubles his deaths at 26 and 13. Patrick, my man. 14 rounds for them, Mo.
I think Patrick, well, I think what happened maybe for Dignitas, that smoke on Arch was blocking their 2 guys off from seeing it. So I only saw on the minimap, but they were standing there holding it. So I'm not sure if there was a last minute Arch smoke to help Fate go back to B. But I like the way Fate are calling this game. I think I called exactly what would happen coming into the next rifle round, and it went that way. But I thought that Dignitas being onto them would be able to cheat a rotate over, but they didn't this time around. And then also Patrick had incredible entries. I mean, he followed up on his first lead, which was Get Right. That was it. There's Get Right stood no chance there. And then his way of approaching Freiburg was a perfect way to trade. Freiburg was in the exact same... Excuse me. Sorry. He was in the exact same position as he was last round. But that previous round, no one came over top of Oranges to fight him. And with the player dead in CT spawn, that's a much better angle to come at him from than just swinging wide on Generator. So I think keys to victory there was just Dignitas rotating once they actually figured out it wasn't going to be A once again. That Fate were just going to go back to B. And I feel like it was pretty clear Fate were going to go back to B.
What do we got? We got a little bit of loss. A little bit of loss for Harn. Seeing as he's got that off, you know, we're gonna want to make sure that goes down before the round goes live. I'm trying to recall pause count. I'm pretty sure Dignitas have used all of theirs.
Well, it's online, so you know, tax or tax.
And as you say that, oh, live. No, we're good. let's get it on.
They're on to us.
I'm on to you. So yet again, a MAC-10 for Nicky. Now they've got that actual op, okay? That's exciting for me. Fate's got the op. How are they going to use that for the pick? If they can. Halzerk, he's a bit of a beast, a bit of a burden. to try and counter snipe, and you know he's going to have those eyes set on mid. He already has him down there. Harn all the way to the top of Banana. Ridiculousness. Just throwing himself into the molly, loses 70 health, but takes the 5v4.
And that last round was Hauser getting the opening kill. 2 back-to-back rounds where he grabs it. This time it's actually 5v4 in favor of Fate. Their best start so far. And once again, I don't think it's any secret what Fate wants to do.
Hauser scoped. Pops Patrick.
Oh, actually a great rotate. Oh, he's alone too. Interesting. But they pulled the CT back and forth.
Yeah, for a second, Freiburg, he questioned it. Mac 10 versus Exist. He's playing with his grenades. He's fully blinded. The flying Mac 10, good for a couple kills. Freiburg down. It was the op to give cover with the SMG. Just Halzerk, and he's going to have to save. This is Fate with 15. 3 map and match points to eliminate Dignitas and go on for a best of 3 versus Pact.
Wow, so they show us a bit of versatility here, and they get the opening frag number 1 with Harn, which they haven't been able to do. They test Banana, but don't commit to B. They actually come back to lane this time around on a full buy, which they've normally saved on for their ecos, or their half buys. And then they actually win on the A take as well. And this is after Dignitas have Halzerk evacuate over to B as an emergency response. You cannot blame Dignitas for bringing the op over there. And I mean, Fate had to kill 3 people on A side as well. So you've got to ask for better trades if you're Dignitas. Is this officially the tournament life on the line?
Yep. As far as I'm aware, I double-checked the qualifier.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that bracket. I see 8 teams going to the round of 8. 4 would qualify from those BO3s, which would leave 4 teams for the 5th, 6th knockout to decide what else goes down. So yes, I'm almost certain that this is it.
Well, you cannot by any means say that Fate played badly. That's for sure. They are really sticking it to him. And get right, he's up here kind of alone. Oh, he'll die before the flash can even come out from Freiburg. He'll fall back into the site. He was just sitting there.
Ooh, Exist. That's a hell of a time to start getting some impact, man. A second molly falls onto Freiburg. Patrick with the headshot. Man advantage. Bomb plant inbound. Uh-oh.
Oh.
But a tap damage Exists down to 15. There's utility for Halzerk at least. A smoke and a Molotov to the back of the bomb site could definitely force something. But oh, with a smoke on that, now they're going to have to run through blind. Or it's all in on Coffins, and that's what Harn and Blocker are all watching with Patrick on top of Coffins as well. Patrick, he's going to get that headshot. Exists, still trying to find something. Halzerk, he's the guy with the op. He's the man with the cannon. And he just can't find anything. They're doing such a good job of dodging him. Traded immediately, and just like that, it is Fate versus Dig going the distance and providing us an upset. Not the only one in this round of 16. In fact, they go on to face another upset victory in Pact. This is quite unthinkable. I did not think we'd start the day like this.
Yeah. I came into today not knowing who Fate were, but now I'll always remember. Blocker, shout out to you, my friend. First 2 maps, that was all you meant.
Damn.
Patrick on all those pistol rounds. I'll remember those pistol rounds. It sounds like a eulogy for Fate. It should be a eulogy for Dignitas. Sadly, Dignitas, I think, eliminated here. Interesting. All of the other teams were able to survive their almost upsets. All of them, Fnatic, OG, Heroic, and Complexity, all dropping 1 map, but ultimately finishing 2-1. And Mad Lions and Dignitas. Mad Lions, I mean, the worst of it, 2-0. And then, of course, this upset as well with Fate taking the whole series versus Dignitas. Jesus.
Who would have thought? I'm quite perplexed. Again, what's really kind of coincidental, and that's all it is a coincidence. But the fact that the only 2 upsets, despite all of the possibilities for more upsets, right, with those map wins, the only 2 through and through upsets, the elimination of Dignitas, the elimination of Mad Lions leads us into our next best of three. What we'll be covering next here on the secondary stream is going to be the winner of each of those games. So we get Fate versus Pact, which is really not a game I anticipated today, but one that after watching Fate, I'm happy to see what comes next, right? How did Pact pull off that upset? What are we going to learn from watching them? We didn't have the chance to watch that because we were occupied here with this game. I'm very excited for it. So that's what will be coming up next here on this stream. It's the CS Summit 6 online edition. There is tons of Counter-Strike and coming at you in all directions, all sorts of different flavors of fun. We're going to throw this one to a break, boys, and we'll be back when that next match is ready.